Greetings and salutations, FHN. Welcome back to another episode of Night TV Extended Cut. I'm your host, Nathan Smith, and in today's show, we have an exclusive interview with resident NFL draft expert Ivan Pitts, as well as your regular announcements. Grab a snack and get comfortable because you're watching Night TV Extended Cut. Starting us off today with a reminder that the rescheduled prom will be tomorrow. We hope you all who rented suits or paid for hair and nails got refunded or extended. We'll see all of you dressed your best tomorrow at 7 p.m. Let's give a huge shout out to FHN Baseball, who beat Central last night 8-1, extending their winning streak to 10 games. If you haven't got a chance to catch Knights baseball this year, you've better before the season ends. We wish them all good luck in their next game against Central today. National news, LSU wide receiver and first-round draft prospect Kyren Lacy was recently found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound after a police chase in Houston, Texas. This comes 2 days before he was to stand trial for a previous hit-and-run accident that caused the death of a 78-year-old man. Lacy was charged with negligent homicide and felony hit-and-run and had been released on a $151,000 bond. Lacy's father broke the silence on Facebook, writing, "Mental health is real, and for the most part, it's invisible. Don't ignore the signs, even if they may seem small." Our hearts and prayers are with the family, friends, and teammates of Kyren Lacy, and we hope that this tragedy can serve as a reminder to all to not ignore mental health issues in ourselves and our loved ones. Now, let's welcome NFL and college football extraordinaire, ball knowledge expert, Ivan Pitts. What's up, Knights? We're here in the studio with FHN sports staffer Ivan Pitts. Ivan, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name's Ivan Pitts. I play football. I throw shot put and discus, and I'm a big fan of the NFL and happy to be pretty knowledgeable about the draft process.
Yep, so today we're going to be talking a little bit about this upcoming NFL draft. Ivan, why don't you give us your top three picks?
Top three, I think at one, the only quarterback the Titans have at the moment is Will Levis, and Will Levis is Will Levis, so I believe they'll take Cam Ward out of Miami. He's a great pocket passer, really good at improvising. One thing they got to work on is maybe making it a little less nonchalant. That Titans O-line I'm not very sure about, but they need something. And then at his pro day, coach of the Tennessee Titans, Brian Callahan, seemed to be a big fan of him. So I'd be surprised if they don't take him there. At two, I think the Browns take Abdul Carter out of Penn State, pairing up with Myles Garrett off that other edge.
Gotcha.
Be very scary for those offenses, and especially with the quarterback play in the AFC North, they need some good edge rushers. And then at three, I believe the Giants will take either Travis Hunter or Shedeur Sanders. To take Shedeur Sanders, it'll probably mean I'm not super high on him, but the Giants front office is desperate to do something to save their jobs. Brian Dable hasn't been too great ever since leaving Buffalo, and Joe Shane, I don't know.
Yeah. So then, drafting those quarterbacks so high, obviously there might be a better quarterback draft class next year. This year's quarterbacks aren't that strong. Do you think it's a good idea to just go ahead and throw Ward and Sanders into the fire week one? Or do you think it's a better idea to have them sit behind someone else, maybe learn a little bit, kind of like the Jordan Love approach?
Honestly, with Jordan Love, they had a very good mentor in Aaron Rodgers. The Titans and the Giants just don't have that. They have, I guess Russell Wilson wouldn't be terrible. But, I mean, for the Titans, mentoring or learning from Will Levis, even though I believe Cam Ward and him are the same age, I feel like Cam Ward would be a good week one starter for them. But
Gotcha.
Maybe Shedeur sits for a little bit, maybe like 6 or 7 games.
Okay. So talking about this year's draft, we have to bring up the Heisman runner-up, amazing running back for Boise State, Ashton Jeanty. Where do we think he's going?
Personally, Jeanty was my Heisman, but I think there's really only 2 places he can go, and that is number 10 to the Bears or number 6 to the Raiders. I believe I saw something about someone in the Raiders front office, their kid's like, "Hey, I'll walk out of the family if you don't take Ashton Jeanty." So that could be a good chance they take him. Yeah. And then for the Bears, with Brian Johnson coming in, he's a very, like, kind of a running back whisperer with Jahmyr Gibbs, DeAndre Swift, David Montgomery. They've all had great careers for the Lions, and I feel like Ashton Jeanty going into that offense could put up some real numbers.
Yeah. So, personally, I think Ashton Jeanty should have won the Heisman. But last question, in the draft, do you think there are any good sleeper picks that might not be going so high off the board but are quality prospects?
I feel like a great prospect that's been getting a good amount of buzz as of late is Josh Simmons, 6'5", 317 pounds, coming out of Ohio State. Ohio State, very, very good program. Guys like Paris Johnson Jr. coming out of there, being good starters.
Yep.
I feel like he could be a great player. He had a bad knee injury earlier in the year, missed the majority of it, but I feel like in those first 2 years of his career, he's been a great player and could really help out somebody's offensive line.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for educating us all a little bit on the NFL draft. I do believe you release a mock draft every year.
I'm trying to this year.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
Keep look, FHNtoday.com. Thanks for coming on today, sir. It's
Thanks
good
for
to have
having
you. Thanks for that, Ivan. We look forward to watching this year's NFL Draft on April 24th. That wraps up today's episode. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to follow all our socials at FHNtoday and at FHN Game Day, and have a great rest of your day, FHN.